I'm going on an adventure today. It wasn't the adventure I originally planned on. I was originally planning on taking a ferry out to the peninsula, and there was a campground in an area that I'd never been to before. Then I started looking at reviews of that campground, and it sounds like it's party central almost year-round. Lots of off-road vehicles, people revving their engines until like 3 a.m., tons of drunk people. Not my scene. If it's yours, that's fantastic. I can recommend you a great campsite for you. But it doesn't matter anyways, because I have someone coming out to look at the bus tomorrow, and I think this person's actually going to show up. We'll see. I've had a few people that are interested in the bus, and they never seem too bothered to show up, or they cancel at the last minute because they can't seem to find the money. But that's okay. This person seems to be genuine, and have a little bit higher hopes for this person than some of the other ones that have contacted me. So I probably need to stick around in the area for that. But we're also in the middle of a heat wave, so going towards the ocean is a good idea, but also going up into the mountains is a good idea. And there's a place that I've been wanting to go. I think I've been there once when I was a kid, a long time ago, and I almost made it up there, was it last fall or maybe the fall before, but it was actually closed. And this time, it's the middle of summer. I heard they just finally opened it. They just got unburied from about 15 feet of snow, and that's what they saw about a month ago when they finally actually made it up to this parking lot. And it should be a really cool place to visit. It should be literally cool because we're up into the mid 80s, low 90s around this area right now, which is very hot for this area. And it would be nice to go someplace a little bit cooler. But first, on my way out of town, I have a couple of small errands to run here. I parked up near my storage unit because I have this random robot vacuum cleaner that I won in a raffle at work. I put it up for sale thinking that I should sell it, but my sister and my mom got together and decided to buy a house, and so now I have a perfect housewarming present for them, and I don't need the money that badly, so a robot vacuum is going into my storage. I'm probably going to go visit them at the end of the summer, and I'll be bringing them a robot vacuum cleaner. But I don't need it riding around in the car with me because it's taking up a huge amount of space, and I don't want people thinking that I'm driving around stealing people's packages. So first stop is storage unit, and we'll unload this vacuum cleaner. Alright, so my robot vacuum is put away now, and I'm gonna head over, eat breakfast, use the bathroom, get some things cleaned up in the car, and refill my water. I ran out of water this week, which isn't too shocking. All the rest stops in my area are closed again, so I don't have very many options for refilling water. But there is a park here that has a water bottle refilling station, so I'm gonna make use of that, get all my water sorted out, and clean some things up in the car, and then we'll be on our way up to the mountain. I don't know if you can see over there, but this park is under construction. All that parking lot is torn up, and apparently the water is shut off as well. So I apologize to whoever goes to the bathroom in this park and finds the toilet not flushed, because there's no water pressure to flush the toilet. I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to refill my water as well, or unfortunately I may actually have to buy some water. Not that water's all that expensive. I have enough water to get through the day, but I always want to carry extra water with me just in case. Well, anyways, it's breakfast time. Gotta eat some fresh blueberries, yogurt, peanut butter, and oatmeal. So I think we're pretty much done here at this park. There is an increasing amount of construction vehicles showing up, so I feel like I'm gonna get kicked out here pretty soon. But anyways, I think it's time to head up to Mount Baker, where this parking lot is. It's called Artist Point, and we'll see what's up there. I'm hoping I can get there about lunchtime and just eat lunch up there. That would be really cool. Well, I don't know what could be better than this. That ridge up there is actually where we're headed. I absolutely love driving down these windy roads in a car with the windows down, manual transmission. Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. So I'm very much a planning type of person, and I spend a lot of my time thinking about what I'm going to do next, where I'm going next, and you know, all that kind of thing. But sometimes it's important to remember just to actually enjoy where you are right now and what you're doing. Well, I made it up to Artist Point. As expected, it is still about 75 degrees up here, but it's closer to 90 down in the lowlands, so I definitely accomplished something. And there's also lots of snow up here still. This is being filmed at the end of July, and let me show you the size of the snowbank sitting in front of me. Yeah, so there's probably a good 8 feet of snow still just sitting there. But what I really came here for is to take a look at the view, so let's see what that looks like. There's lots of hiking around here. Most of the trails are more serious hiking trails, and I can barely walk after work the last couple of weeks. But there is this nice short trail, looks like it's paved, that I'm sure it has a better view. It looks like it goes up in altitude just a little bit. So I have the sunscreen hat. I'm going to bring my bag with just water, a couple of snacks, stuff like that. And I'm going to go up there and see what I can find. Well, never mind. Looks like an icy mess of snow up there. I don't think I'm going to do that. Well, I've decided to head back down the mountain. Despite the altitude being fairly high, because it's at such a high altitude, I'll put whatever altitude that it was up on the screen here. The sun is really intense up there. And so even though it was about 70 degrees, it was a hot 70 degrees. It also really wasn't much to do up there unless you had some good snowshoes or something to go crawling around on the ice. Well, I found this random Forest Service road to drive down, so let's go see where this goes. Well, there's a lot of cars parked on the side of the road here like this. Apparently this is one of the terminuses of the Pacific Northwest Trail. So there's actually a lot of people down here. Well, I've decided to head back to the coast. And we'll see if it's any more interesting over there. So at this point, I'm pretty much just headed north on random roads. I don't know this area very well, so I don't know where any of these roads go, but they can't go very far north because you'll end up in Canada. And they can't go east because there aren't any roads out there, it's just wilderness. So no matter which road I'm on, I'm pretty confident that it's going the direction that I want to go. Alright, so I'm down in the valley here, right outside of Sumas. So I know where that is. That's just south of Abbotsford, BC, I believe. But I can see Canada from here. Alright, I'm in Sumas now, and I figured since I'm just randomly driving around for no reason, I wanted to go see some roads that border Canada. So let's go drive on some border roads and say hi to Canadians. In case you're wondering, this is blueberry land. All those crops are out there are blueberries. Well, I guess there might be some raspberries too. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there are lots of blueberries on those plants. We're on the Canadian border. That fence to my right is the border. And all those blueberry fields on the right over there are Canadian blueberry fields. And all of the blueberry fields on the left are US blueberry fields. I always find it interesting because northern Washington, close to the Canadian border, is just farmland and forests and stuff. But you go over to British Columbia, and there's tons of people. You can see from the amount of traffic on each road, there's a big difference in population. This part of the US-Canadian border doesn't even have a fence. So obviously I don't recommend just walking across the border into Canada over there. They have lots of cameras and stuff that prevent people from doing that, so don't do that. But there isn't a fence. Well, I made it to the ocean here, or the Salish Sea, I suppose. Out in front of me, that is Vancouver. I think most of those tall buildings are actually in Vancouver, but those buildings just across the harbor are not. That is Blaine Harbor. It's actually been, I think, a year and a half since I came up here. It was when I was living in my car, and I think it was towards the end of fall, and it was really pretty cold out. So it's actually kind of nice to be here when it's sunny. Last time I couldn't even see Canada at all. It was so fogged in. But yeah, this time everything is clear and looking really nice. So I might do a little bit of exploring here. Well, I ended up needing to use the bathroom, and I couldn't find one over in Blaine. I'm sure there's one there somewhere, I just didn't find it. So I ended up driving a couple miles south down to Birch Bay, and that's where I am now. And it's probably where I'll be for supper. It's a really lovely spot. There's a campground here that I've been to several times in the winter, but during peak season like right now, it's way too expensive. So I've never actually been here during the summer, and it is really very nice. I think I'm done here at Birch Bay. Just had a salad. Nothing too exciting for supper tonight. I haven't been super active today, but my legs are starting to feel better, so that's good. I think it's time to start heading back towards my campsite. I'll just be using the same one that I did this morning, and that'll be good. Well, I actually changed my mind. So I was originally planning on going back to the campsite that I was at, and on my way back, I realized that I was going to have to take a shower in the morning sometime. And on my way back, Larrabee State Park was on the way. So I thought maybe I'll park at one of the turnouts in the road that are great for camping at. There's no parking signs. People camp here all the time. It's just a turnout in the road, no services, nothing here. Just a turnout, vans, campers, things like that. and it's pretty quiet, except for the train down below and the occasional loud car that goes by. But I've actually stayed at this spot several times when I lived in the school bus for the exact same reason, because there is a shower at Larrabee State Park that I can use. So that's the plan for tonight, and the view out here is incredible. So that's the view out my side window, and I look forward to waking up to that in the morning.